Welcome back to Houston Life. Our next guest creates comedy magic with his wild, relatable characters. And get this, about 1 million people have seen his shows in person.
So incredible. And we're so lucky because he is in town for a special performance this evening. Comedian, playwright, and actor Steve Solomon is joining us with all of the details on the show. Welcome to Houston Life.
Thank you. I have nothing to say.
Okay. Well, that about sums that up.
I'm really excited to be back in Galveston. The Opera House, first of all, it's magnificent.
Iconic.
And secondly, the people are so delicious. We use that expression, but they really are delicious. They're wonderful to work with. And and they get it, which is even better. You know, what can I tell you? I'm thrilled to be here. The show's back. After COVID, you know, everything was dead, and now we're back running around meeting people. And thanks for having me here.
We love having you here. And Steve, we were chatting during the break. COVID hit, and you, like many entertainers and performers, you thought at that point maybe it was time to pack up, that your career was over, maybe you could retire, enjoy some more time with your wife. And then these venues slowly started booking and booking and booking. Could you have imagined a couple years ago, could you have imagined the fact that you're back? I mean, you're on tour and you were selling out shows.
Never, never. I really did think about wrapping it up at that point. You know, maybe it's just time, you know, maybe I'm getting too old, you know what I mean?
Never.
No such thing.
My nose. But it's all coming back, and we're starting to build up, and I'm very excited about that.
Well, we're watching some footage of you on stage now, and it's a one-man act. My mother's Italian, my father's Jewish, and I'm in therapy. And you do all these characters. You're telling a story, but you do all these dialects and different things. For someone who says, okay, well, I don't know if I'd ever go to a show like this, what would you tell them? What could they expect? And out of all the characters, what's your favorite?
Well, my favorite, everybody says that. But my favorite is my sister, the smoker.
Okay.
My sister, the smoker.
Talks like she's been smoking since she's 3 years old.
And it has nothing to do with the cigarettes at all. She could stop any time she wants to.
And she's one of my favorites. My granddaughter.
Grandpa,
I hold her. I remember I was going on tour. I gave her a kiss on the forehead. I leaned over. I said, Grandpa, I'll be back real soon. She said, Grandpa, when I get old, will I have long hairs in my nose too? That's one of 20 different characters we have in this show.
Pretty good.
Okay, this is just incredible. Your talent is so palpable. I feel like I could cut it with a knife. It's undeniable that you have built this career because of your incredible talent. And what I think is so fascinating and kind of freaks me out is that your career in comedy almost did not happen. You were working as an educator, as an administrator. Talk to us about your past life and how your career in comedy actually happened.
Well, when I got out of prison, I was a physics teacher for many years, and then I became an assistant superintendent of schools out on Long Island. And I love the kids, but I hate bureaucracy. I hate politics. I hate rules that don't make any sense. And that was always my problem. We'd go to these big board meetings and people would say, so what do you think, Mr. Solomon? I would say, I think that if your brains went into a dog, it would kill itself. And people would just stare at me. I said, I can't do this.
You actually said things like that?
Absolutely.
And they would say, he's so funny, and he would say, I'm serious. They would say, oh, he's so funny, and he was probably dead serious.
I couldn't take some of these people, and when my brain started turning to jello, I said, I can't do this. But I always spoke at my mom's church. I always spoke at my dad's temple, so I wasn't afraid to get up in front of a group of people with a microphone, and I was blessed. It happened. What could I tell you?
And before that, even before you were telling people that in meetings, you were really a class clown growing up.
I was a lunatic. When people read my book, which the title of the book is, it's a quote from my mother, comedian, don't do it, they'll just laugh at you. They read my book and they always say the same thing. Why aren't you in prison? How come you're not locked up? I mean, but that's it. I was very, very lucky.
And my mother's Italian, my father's Jewish, and I'm in therapy. This was really a turning point for you, right? Because once you wrote this, your agency, the William Morris Agency at the time, they put it out there, and that's when your comedy career really took off. Is that right?
Like a rocket. Yeah, I owe everything to them. I owe everything to my agent, Kenny DiCamillo. He was just, without him, without William Morris, nobody would have seen this chubby, bald guy standing up on stage going, hey, how you doing? Where you from? How you doing? I couldn't do it. I was trying to do stand-up comedy, but I was butting heads with people who are 25 years younger than me.
Yeah.
But my niche, the thing that I had was the voices, the characters, and the story. And that's what made it work, and it's still running.
Yeah, and it's incredible because, of course, you can go watch you perform live, and listening to all the different dialects is so fun and it's so entertaining. But you also, your book, Political Correctness and Other Forms of Insanity, that's a bestseller, and that's another thing where you're also kind of diving into these insane stories.
You're right, Tess. That one is edgy. Because when I see something that happens and makes me crazy, we write an episode for the TV show, and then these are essays that are in the book. And some people go, oh, you shouldn't have said that. Well, I said it. It's too late. All right, it's been said. So that's a lot of fun. And we are going to be finishing a new show called Political Correctness and Other Forms of Insanity. Everything you always wanted to say but didn't, so I said it for you. And it should be a lot of fun. It'll work in some cities, I'm sure.
We appreciate that.
Some cities.
That's a great title, and it's a great tagline. You hooked me. Tell us about the time you called the truancy officer as a kid.
I did dumb things because I could do voices. See, years ago, people don't remember, years ago, if you were absent from school, the school would call to verify that you were absent.
Right.
It was real, and they had a truant officer. So one day, I stayed out of school. I didn't tell my parents. They went to work. But I knew if I called the school before the truant officer called the school, it would be okay. So I got my voice really deep. I called the school. They said, hello? I said, hi, I want to report Steve Solomon won't be coming into school today. She said, and who is this? This is my father. That was it. That was
You were caught.
So I was.
You were caught, but somehow your career and your life ended up working out just
It
fine.
was Ferris Bueller before Ferris Bueller was Ferris Bueller. I love that.
I see a lot of that.
Well, we can't wait. And again, back to the Grand, it's listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and that's where you're going to be. It's one of the few remaining theaters in Texas. So not only are you going to be there, but the venue has been there. It's been through 2 hurricanes. You can catch Steve Solomon performing tonight, Derek.
Yeah, 8 p.m. at the Grand 1894 Opera House in Galveston. Tickets are still available. For more info, you can visit our website, HoustonLife.tv. Steve Solomon, what a pleasure meeting you. We're so glad to have you in town. Please come back and visit anytime.
And I'm going to work on my voices. You got to teach me some voices.
I teach you anything you want to know, okay? All right.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
You're right.
That's good.